folks, welcome to the next part of the diesel stand-up scooter. So there's not all that too much left to do to get this thing going. So hopefully in this part we actually have this thing on the road. So I did one modification since the last part. Let me show you here. Okay, so what I did was changed out the sprocket that was inside under the engine, and I ended up putting it on this side of the jack shaft. And then I also switched it out for a slightly larger one, just because I wasn't really trusting this gear ratio. There it is, it's all lined up nice and good. What I had to do was put a chain idler sprocket on there. It kind of acts as a tensioner. So pretty much there's only a couple things I really need to do here. So the first thing I gotta do is set up the electric start, and that means I have to make a little battery tray and hook up the battery to the electronics. Next, I have to put the muffler on. I cut this, re-angle it a little bit, and then we should be all set. Okay, so enough of the chit chat. Let's get down to it. So as that cools, I'm going to go ahead and get started with our muffler here. So our battery tray is nice and cool, so I am just going to weld this guy straight to the frame like so. Next day, I had the battery on the charger because when I tried it, the battery was dead. So I had it on the charger overnight. So I'm about to take this outside, but first I'm just gonna button up a few things. I gotta put the chain from the wheel to our jack shaft back on. I have to make this connection a little bit better. And then I gotta put the torque converter back together. So just a couple things and we'll be outside. It's funny how small this chain looks in comparison to this, but this is number 40 chain still, so it's go-kart chain, but this just makes it look just puny. So I just realized I have to do the throttle too. I bought this cheap little twist throttle grip and it came with 5 inches of cable. So luckily I found this guy and I'm gonna try to utilize it in conjunction with this to make a length long enough to cover. This is how I spliced the 2 different cables together here. I took one of these little lock washers, you know what I'm talking about? Lined up the 2 like this, put this around it, and then crimped it on there. I'm pretty sure it's not going anywhere. We'll see how it holds up. For now, I think it's pretty good. I think it is officially time to take this outside and start it up and see if the wheel even moves. Throttle on? Good as it go? Yeah, that's good. Alright, so as soon as I turned it on and tried to rev it, I realized at first this thing has got to go. The chain gets stuck in between like that, and then it jumps. And then also I think the gear ratio is a little too low, so I'm gonna put a bigger sprocket right here. Is it low or high? I'm not really sure. Anyways, I got a bigger sprocket. I'm gonna plop that on there and then see if I can do away with this as well. I think I have it just where I want it. Perfect amount of play, so I'm gonna try a round 2 of starting it up and seeing if it moves. Well guys, tell you what, I am super pleased with the way that thing ran. It's so smooth, and I'm not really used to how stable the bike is because of the big, thick motorcycle wheels. So after riding it, I think I actually can maybe get away with smaller sprocket right here in exchange for this guy. And originally I changed it out because the heaviness of this bike had me worried, but after riding it, it definitely can. And then I also just decided I don't really like this. I don't know, it just looks like it pops out like a sore thumb. I think I'll probably twist it this way and then put it on the side. So all in all, folks, there isn't really too much to do. I gotta add a deck, switch the key box around, and then maybe mess around with the gear ratio. Oh, and then I gotta do brakes. So, but I think that's gonna be it for this episode. We did quite a bit. We got it running. That was my goal. So things are looking up. We're nearing the finish line. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. Here are last week's comments that I enjoyed. If you want to be featured, just leave one below and you might see yourself in the next video. Okay? See you later.